So when you talk about detoxing and getting those lead, getting those metals out of our body, how do we do it? And do we
Well,
have to be careful
well,
when we do that?
chelation means, the word chelation means metal binding. And chelation comes from the word chele, C-H-E-L-E, the hard C like in chemistry. And that's a Greek word for claw. And so that's how chelation works. It claws and grabs hold like the steam shovel things, grabs hold of the lead, the cadmium, mercury, and takes it out the kidney. It puts it in solution. So the chelation has that function. Now, the chelation isn't smart enough to choose only the lead and the other poisonous metals. It also takes out good things like zinc and magnesium and calcium. It takes these things out, but it takes out the toxic metals preferentially, depending on which chelating agent you use. So the best chelating agent for toxic metals is calcium EDTA. The next best is sodium EDTA. EDTA is a synthetic amino acid, so amino acids are very innocent building blocks of protein. If you have the amino acid, if you have amino acids chelating, amino acids that contain sulfur are natural chelators. That's where you get what you get from beans, for example. Beans are good natural chelators.
Okay.
And so they have their drawbacks too, of course. but the beans are good natural chelators, and if you give EDTA in the form of calcium EDTA, you can give it safely in fairly large amounts quickly, and you can hook on to the toxic metals and take them out and decrease the body burden. Now, I've seen wonderful things. I had a patient once who was a steel-trapped young executive in a bank. His brain was just incredibly, and he started to lose it in his late 30s, 37, 38. Well, he really should have been at the height of his powers. He started losing. And I happened to do a hair test on him as a routine check, because nobody could figure out what was wrong with him. We did to numerous neurologists, all sorts of other doctors. Nobody figured out. His hair test showed an enormous amount of lead. And it turned out he was turning gray prematurely, and he used a formula that was loaded with lead. And that lead happened to absorb into his body. Not everybody absorbs lead in their body through the skin. Happened to absorb, checked him for the body burden of lead. It was enormous. Started chelating him with EDTA, and he got back to normal. I don't know what would have happened to him. His career would have probably been ruined if we hadn't stumbled on that lead burden.